Welcome back, everyone. I hope all of you are ready for some good news to close the week out, and I am here to deliver it to you as I'm filming about an hour ago. The ruling in the FRT case, which of course was Garland versus NAGR, National Association for Gun Works, has just been essentially finished completely. It will not be going forward. It will not be challenged. What does that all mean to you? All the good things. So essentially what this means here is that all of the seized triggers that were seized underneath the various brands, whether it be WOT or rare breed triggers being the biggest, if you will, if the ATF and the Department of Justice can actually locate the person they took them from or the company they took them from, they will be returned back to you. Additionally, the Department of Justice under Attorney General Pam Bondi agreed to a permanent injunction in this case. So what that means for everybody out there is that, say a new Democrat president gets in 4 years, they are still bound by this injunction. So they can't just go back on it again and say FRTs are illegal, at least under the law. Whether or not they could possibly try to do that, I can't predict, but legally speaking, that's what that type of agreement means. They cannot make another FRT is a machine gun argument case based on this final ruling between the Department of Justice and the folks at NAGR, and of course their main plaintiff, which is Lawrence DeMonico over at Rare Breed Triggers. Side note on that one, big props to Lawrence DeMonico. That man was terrorized for years by the Department of Justice and the ATF. He was pulled out of a vehicle by 20 kitted out ATF agents. He had his business shut down. He had all of his property seized, and he still went through with all of it. And I'm sure it literally took years off his life for this fight to do the right thing. So big props to him. Again, big props again to NAGR and all of their members, which is me, who took this fight on to fight for the right thing, even though it wasn't the easy thing. So again, that means that all the seized triggers will be going back. The pending appeal, that was the case of NAGR versus Garland, which of course turned into NAGR versus Bondi, is permanently dropped. So at the Fifth Circuit, where it was pending out of, it's done. So the permanent injunction settlement that they agreed to is exactly that, a permanent injunction. So very, very good news for everyone. I know that in the past probably month or so, FRTs have been gaining popularity on YouTube. However, there was always a little bit of a gray area over it because this case was still out there. Well, that's over. So force reset triggers, for folks who don't know, for the new folks here, what they do is exactly what the name sounds like. It forces the trigger to reset under the recoil of the gun. So you are not firing multiple shots per pull of the trigger like the ATF here argued that they were doing. It's simply one shot for every pull. However, the recoil of the gun forces it to reset. So if you practice with it, you can fire a little bit faster than most people can with a regular trigger. That said, you're probably still not going to beat Jerry Miculek with a two-stage trigger. But point being is that it does allow some people to fire faster, but it is no way, never had. I argued this. I have probably 10 videos up on the channel explaining in detail why, going off the definition of a machine gun, never met the definition of a machine gun. And again, Lawrence DeMonico, the man who invented these and was selling them, who was terrorized by the Department of Justice, he was never charged with a crime because, again, it was very difficult to ever actually say in a court of law that these met the statutory definition of a machine gun because they never did. So I think that's pretty much it. I think you guys are going to see a ton of force reset triggers come out for a ton of different guns over the next few years during the President Trump administration. Again, kudos to President Trump and his Attorney General for coming to this agreement, this permanent injunction. It is the right move. Allowing these items to be sold is the right move. If Congress wanted to ban this type of item, they have the ability to do so. And then, of course, even if they did that, that would be challenged under constitutional laws because, again, the Second Amendment says shall not be infringed. Point being is that an executive agency under the Biden administration definitely isn't the ones who get to say what is and what is not a machine gun. That's not the way our nation was ever intended to, our legal system was ever intended to play out, and good for President Trump and his administration for righting the wrong here in this one. The good news is, this sets precedent, if you will, for this administration, and there's several other cases that are in the same situation that the FRTs were, that it looks like they will be going down this road as well, the most obvious one being frames and receivers. So let's hope that news breaks next week. But right now we have good news for you, and I think FRTs are about to about to blow up in terms of sales. So I hope all of you guys are buying stock in ammo, because you definitely go through a lot of it when you're using one of those. So that's it, guys. That's all I got for you. Good news for everybody involved. And I'm sure tonight there's going to be all types of anti-gun stories all across the mainstream media saying machine guns are now legal under Trump and all kinds of nonsense like that. Great. Bring it on. That's good news to me. So that's pretty much it. If you guys like this type of video and you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you guys have subscribed on YouTube and Rumble and you're not seeing 2 to 4 videos a week here on the channel, easy way to fix that is to sign up for the email at the website here on your screen. This will get you put on 2 different lists. It'll get you put on a list that goes out once a month, and it has all of my videos since the previous month's email went out, so that way there's no big tech giant censoring your eyes from my content. It'll also get you put on the daily deals email, which I suspect is going to feature a lot of FRTs in the upcoming weeks. But the Daily Deals email typically has about 8 deals in it, and it has the best deals on guns, ammo, optics, accessories. If the item, whatever the item is in an email on a given day, it's the cheapest I know of for that item on that day. So that way it saves you guys some time and hopefully saves you some money as well. Additionally, we have an SMS list that you guys can sign up for. It goes out at most once a day, and it either has a smoking deal on a product that will very likely sell out by the end of the day, or it'll have a link to a new video that just went up, once again, letting you get around the algorithmic censorship that we live in. So that is it. Share this video over, let your friends know, get yourself some FRTs, and I look forward to seeing everybody in the next video.